She's back. Caitlin Clark is going to tee it up again at the Annika, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Pro-Am this November.
Caitlin Clark has just pulled off something no one saw coming. A massive, game-changing LPGA contract that's shaken the entire sports world. And let's just say, Angel Reese isn't exactly celebrating the news. The moment this deal hit the headlines, it was like lighting a fuse under the WNBA community. Social media exploded, fans went wild, and before anyone could blink, Caitlin Clark was dominating every sports feed once again. For Clark, this deal is the ultimate reward. Years of relentless work, consistency, and undeniable talent finally paying off. But for Angel Reese, it feels like yet another reason to spiral. One athlete is ascending to global superstardom, while the other is struggling to handle the spotlight slipping further away. The difference between them has never been more visible, and this LPGA announcement just made it crystal clear.
That's right. So that's.
Now here's the real question that's dividing fans everywhere. Is Angel Reese truly frustrated by Caitlin's success, or are we seeing pure jealousy unfold in real time? Because this isn't just harmless social media chatter anymore. It's turned into a full-blown public meltdown. Reese's reaction says more than any statement ever could. The timing, the tone, the shade, all points to one thing. She's not handling Caitlin's growing dominance well. And honestly, you have to wonder, does Angel even care about golf? Or is she simply trying to stay in the spotlight that keeps drifting toward Clark? The internet certainly seems to think they already know the answer.
Quite amazing for a Wednesday. I mean, there's so many media here from all different sort of media aspects, local news, lots of reporters around that you normally wouldn't see on a Wednesday out here at an LPGA event. All the spectators are all waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlin, hopefully a final autograph.
Let's take a step back and set the scene properly. Caitlin Clark, the undeniable face of women's basketball, the ratings magnet, the endorsement powerhouse, has just inked a full-fledged partnership with the LPGA Tour. This isn't a one-off promotional cameo. It's a strategic, multi-year alliance reportedly worth millions. The deal includes joint marketing rights, cross-sport appearances, and major brand collaborations that stretch through the 2026 season. In short, Clark is no longer just a face of the WNBA. She's become a multi-sport ambassador, representing excellence, poise, and versatility at the highest level. It's not just another sponsorship. It's a statement of how far her influence truly reaches.
How's it going? You've been seeing Nelly Corda do that over and over again for 6 holes now.
It's just satisfying. The way she hits the ball is just satisfying. It's pretty awesome.
The moment that press release hit the internet, the sports world went absolutely nuclear. Fans cheered, brands celebrated, and then Angel Reese logged onto Twitter. She didn't drop Caitlin's name directly. Of course, she's too careful for that. But her tweet, "I can play golf too," said everything without saying anything. It was vague enough to hide behind, but sharp enough that everyone instantly knew who she meant. Within minutes, replies poured in. Just admit you're jealous of Caitlin Clark. The subtext was obvious. Reese had thrown another jab, and fans weren't letting it slide.
Even just seeing the national media members that have arrived here, the basketball media that's here to cover Caitlin Clark, and what's sure to be a really special day in the women's game tomorrow.
At this point, Caitlin Clark's name has practically become a trigger in the WNBA. Every success she earns seems to set someone off. And this LPGA deal? It's pure gasoline on an already burning fire. Here's the truth. Caitlin has made more in 2 seasons than most players will make in their careers. That's not arrogance. That's business. She's a living, breathing marketing dream. Her presence sells out arenas, her games break viewership records, and her name practically prints money. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is watching all this unfold from the sidelines, frustrated, scrolling through headlines that no longer feature her. Caitlin is building an empire grounded in excellence. Angel, one built on controversy and noise. And the contrast between the two has never looked sharper.
But you're right. I mean, it just puts our tournament in a different limelight and just different excitement. You know, they're streaming the summit today. They'll be streaming the Pro-Am. I mean, things that we haven't seen before. You know, wherever she goes, she's been selling out. So hopefully we'll sell out here too. So we're excited about that.
Let's be honest. Angel Reese's career has been powered more by attention than achievement. She calls herself the it girl. But most of her buzz comes from fashion shoots and social media antics, not from game-changing performances. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, has turned her first 2 professional seasons into a masterclass, breaking records, elevating ratings, and now securing one of the biggest cross-sport deals in women's history. So when the LPGA announcement dropped, Reese couldn't hold it in. Her tweet wasn't playful. It was frustration wrapped in sarcasm. And the timing couldn't have been worse. Her on-court performance is dipping, her social engagement is sliding, and Caitlin keeps soaring. It's becoming painfully clear who the fans and sponsors are choosing.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of me too, and I want you to realize that.
The LPGA recognized what every league already knows. Caitlin Clark sells. She drives ticket sales, media attention, and genuine fan engagement. Angel Reese? She trends for a day, then fades until the next controversy. That's the difference between being a moment and becoming a movement. According to multiple reports, Clark's LPGA contract is valued between $6 and $8 million over 2 years, tied closely with Nike Golf. This isn't a side deal. It's a high-level partnership involving media appearances, golf clinics, and female athlete campaigns. The LPGA didn't just sign a player. They invested in a phenomenon.
Hey, for some golf.
Perfect out here.
I never golf this early in the morning. I grew up in Des Moines, and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot. My older brother plays a lot. So, it's super fun.
Caitlin Clark just became a 2-sport marketing powerhouse. And you can practically hear Angel Reese grinding her teeth from across the country. But this isn't new. At the WNBA draft, Clark's entrance shattered viewership records. Reese's moment? Barely noticed. When the season opened, Clark's game sold out. Reese's? Rows of empty seats. The jealousy isn't fresh. It's just louder now. And what makes it sting even more is Caitlin's silence. She never claps back, never tweets shade, never engages in the noise. Her composure highlights the difference between them. One is building a legacy. The other is chasing reactions.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA additionally for you. This is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Caitlin Clark.
Brands line up for Caitlin Clark for a simple reason. She's authentic. She's grounded, gracious, and effortlessly marketable. Parents trust her, kids idolize her, and corporations know she represents reliability and grace. Angel Reese, on the other hand, is unpredictable. She's headline material, but not always in the way sponsors want. And that's the difference. Caitlin's brand feels real. Reese's feels manufactured. In an era where authenticity equals gold, Clark's sincerity is her superpower. It's why jerseys sell out, why sponsors compete for a time, and why even the golf world wanted in on her story.
Please, Caitlin. Caitlin, can you please sign 24 years. John Deere boys. Caitlin, please.
Caitlin, nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hung in there, Let's go.
Even golf fans, a completely different audience, are celebrating Caitlin's arrival. Some are calling it the best crossover since Steph Curry first picked up a driver. The LPGA has struggled with viewership for years, but Caitlin's involvement could change that overnight. Meanwhile, WNBA loyalists are grumbling, claiming she's everywhere except the finals, or that the media acts like she invented women's sports. But behind those words lies the same emotion, envy. This deal wasn't random. Nike orchestrated much of it behind the scenes, positioning Clark as the ultimate symbol of multi-sport female excellence. While Angel Reese still fights for stability in her endorsements, Caitlin is being molded into something much bigger, a brand archetype of leadership, performance, and influence.
Well, first of all, we're thankful that she's here. I think she's been the kind of the one on, when you talk about women's sports, she's kind of, other than Nelly, it's been Caitlin. And what she has done is amazing. And like you said, bringing other people into the sport. And golf has been, I think, quite a passion for her for quite some time.
And here's where things get tense. Inside the WNBA, resentment toward Caitlin Clark is growing, not just because of her success, but because she represents a new standard, a future built on professionalism and talent instead of controversy. For players like Angel Reese, that's terrifying. Her entire brand thrives on drama and bold headlines. But that image is starting to feel outdated. The league is moving forward, and Caitlin's quiet dominance is exposing how small the it girl act has become. When Angel fired off her golf tweet, it backfired instantly. Fans called her bitter, insecure, even jealous. Some compared her attitude to the old critics who used to hate Tiger Woods for breaking barriers. That comparison stung, and for good reason. Angel's confidence suddenly looked like insecurity.
And everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not, until Caitlin Clark came along.
By the next morning, Angel tried to walk it all back, claiming her tweet was just a joke, that people took it out of context. But the damage was already done. Social media had made up its mind, and once that happens, there's no recovering. Half the internet was hailing Caitlin as a legend, while the other half scrambled to defend Angel's fading image. The irony? Both can be great, but Angel doesn't seem to see it that way. Instead of drawing motivation from Caitlin's success, she turns it into resentment. If her management had been smart, they have spun this into a two icons uniting narrative. Instead, it became another headline about jealousy, and Caitlin came out looking even stronger.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure. I mean, a lot of people looking at her. And, when you set the bar high and continue to move that bar, I mean, people are always going to try and push you down and take you down in different ways and getting criticized. But she's just handled it so well, with such poise and such class, and just keep moving, setting records and doing things that have not been done before. And I mean, that's just, to me, is obviously very inspiring, but it motivates a lot of women to be able to reach their full potential. And, she's so young too, and who knows what her future will be, but she's just starting out with a bang, and I'm sure she's going to continue. So we're excited to have her here.
And here's the twist that nobody saw coming. This LPGA partnership is only the beginning. Sources close to the league say there's already talk of a major charity showcase pairing LPGA and WNBA stars together. Imagine it. Caitlin Clark and Nelly Korda teeing off side by side for a televised fundraiser, raising millions while promoting unity across women's sports. And somewhere in the background, Angel Reese trying to smile through the tension. It could be an incredible moment of empowerment, or the most awkward photo op in sports history. Either way, Caitlin will be the face of it, while Angel is left deciding how to play her next move.
Everybody talks about the effect that we have on them, but also they have the same effect on us. And I think that's what's really cool about it is to see how much joy it really brings them, and it brings their families, and that one game where they spend 2 hours of their whole entire year has such an impact on their entire childhood. And I think that's really cool to think about. And
this kind of jealousy isn't new. It's a pattern as old as sports itself. When LeBron James became the face of the NBA, veterans bristled at his hype. When Serena Williams dominated tennis, rivals rolled their eyes at her endorsements. Success always draws envy. Money amplifies it. And Angel Reese has fallen right into that familiar trap. What she doesn't realize is that every complaint, every cryptic tweet, only fuels Caitlin's rise. It's the Streisand effect of fame. The more you hate publicly, the more famous your rival becomes. Meanwhile, Caitlin doesn't need to say a word. Her silence is power. While others argue, she's already planning her next move, probably from a golf course somewhere in Florida, smiling as the world debates her success.
that's the reason that you play. It's not because of the wins and the points you score. It's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to hopefully, be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too.
And that's the brilliance of Caitlin Clark. While everyone else picks sides, she keeps stacking victories across industries: basketball, golf, fashion, and media. She's not just competing. She's redefining how female athletes are marketed and respected. Give her a few months, and you'll likely see her in Nike golf commercials, a Netflix documentary, maybe even a luxury brand partnership. She's building a legacy brick by brick, quietly, professionally, and relentlessly. Angel Reese, meanwhile, is still trying to understand why her influence keeps fading. The answer is simple: consistency beats chaos. Caitlin's brand is steady and trustworthy. Angel's is unpredictable, and sponsors always choose a sure thing.
I haven't played with anybody on any other team, but some of my teammates golf. Actually, one of my teammates was a state champion golfer, so she's pretty good. I actually haven't played with her yet, so I think she might be scared or something. I don't know why. Her game must have gotten rusty when she became a professional basketball player, but no, some of them do play, but we like to go out there and have fun. Obviously, it's hard during the WNBA season because it's in the summer, so that's the one tough thing about the W is it's in the summer, so I don't get to go out and play as much as I did in college, but it's been fun. Obviously, we're really competitive with whatever we do, so there's some intense battles out there.
This feud has now evolved into something much bigger, a symbol of the divide inside the WNBA. On one side, the old guard believes Caitlin's fame is overblown. On the other, the new generation sees her as the reason the league is finally thriving. Caught in between is the WNBA itself. Publicly calm, privately thrilled at the attention. It's great for ratings, but dangerous for unity. Because no matter how anyone spins it, Caitlin Clark has brought in more viewers, more sponsors, and more excitement than anyone in recent memory. The question now is whether the league capitalizes on her momentum, or lets envy tear it apart from the inside.
The thing about leadership is like how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people. And every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background. They come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted. And for me, I probably want to be screamed at. Like it's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time and building relationships is really important.
As for Angel Reese, she's at a career crossroads. She can either keep throwing jabs online, looking like the jealous rival who can't move on, or she can take a step back, refocus, and reclaim her own narrative. Because right now, her name trends only when Caitlin's does. And that's not the kind of fame that lasts. Caitlin doesn't need to respond. Her actions speak louder than any tweet ever could. This LPGA deal isn't just another headline. It's another level. Every ounce of criticism Caitlin faces only fuels her growth. She's not just surviving the spotlight. She's mastering it. Silent, strategic, unstoppable. And that's the difference. One athlete is reacting. The other is rewriting the playbook for what dominance looks like in women's sports.